A very good evening to you and welcome to the news. I'm Ebere. Ugonna in the headlines tonight. State government says it will continue to partner community leaders in governance. State Police Command confirms seal-off of State House of Assembly. Appeal Court reduces former Governor Joshua Darie's jail term. And on the foreign scene tonight, Cambodia leader sentenced over 1970 genocide. And now details of the news. The state government says it will continue to partner community leaders in the state for effective and smooth governance. The Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidon Adinoba, stated this when members of the Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, led by the National President, Chief Alex Onukwe, paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Awka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Commissioner Adinoba, who re-emphasized on the commitment of the present administration to maintaining the lead in all spheres of governance in the Federation, said it would not relent in carrying the community heads along in the scheme of things. He reasoned that they are one of the major sources through which government plans and policies are made known to the people, especially those in the hinterlands. Speaking on the monthly ASATU Community magazine, whose first edition is to be unveiled on the 29th of this month, Mr. Adinoba said it is a welcome development as it is in line with the responsibility of the Information Ministry, which is enlightening the public on the activities of the government. He also said the ministry is acquainting government on the problems and challenges facing various communities in the state.
And of course, I'm proud and happy to serve in this government. I do not think there has been a time in our history that Anambra people have felt as proud as they are today. Wherever you go, say from Anambra, what comes to the mind of the people is excellence. The number one state. We do it, and we do it with style. United. Anywhere you went in Nigeria, the first question you ask, where is an Igbo man here? You'll be taken in. The person didn't have to know you. You didn't have to come from his own town or from his own province. Just Igbo man, they will take you. Take care of their own brothers. That's how it leads up to having coup of 1936. And the Western Union was banned.
Speaking earlier, the ASATU National President, Chief Onukwe, described information as key to human survival and solicited for cordial relationship between the Information Ministry and the association, as according to him, it would help in instituting a better Anambra. Chief Onukwe said that the ASATU Community News magazine is aimed at showcasing the efforts and achievements of the state government at the grassroots to the world, and as well keep the people abreast with the government's plans and policies.
Information is key in everything we do in life, in everything, because when we are born, we start growing, crawl and all of that, and then somebody begins to show us direction. This is what you do. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't do. From the family to the school to the church to the society, we always need to be informed, we always need to be guided. So information is key. And then in a structure like this, like we have Anambra State, the activities of the government need to be taken to the people, the feelings of the people need to be taken to the government. So there is need for this exchange of information between the government and the people.
In a vote of thanks, the National Auditor of the Association, Mr. Chris Okafor, thanked the Commissioner for the warm reception accorded them during the visit and promised that ASATU will not let both the government and Anambra down.
We need to have a business marketing in Anambra State and have the competence what needs to do that. Our end, we are led by our national president, our amiable national president. It's also equally the same weight of experience. And he has been us very well. I thank all of you. I can see the cooperation between you and your members of staff. The way that cordiality is there. They are all with us, with that attention, giving you your support, their support, as we give our national president. Now we have this assignment to project the Anambra agenda to the world, starting from the communities. I think it's a very
From Jerome Udoji Secretariat in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
The Isiowolo Police Division has been inaugurated. The State Police Commissioner, Mr. Garba Omar, during the occasion handed over a patrol vehicle to the division and inaugurated members of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike filed the report.
Took place at the Divisional Police Headquarters, Isiowolo. Udume layout Obosi started with a courtesy visit to the traditional ruler of Obosi, Iwechudubemi Weka, at his palace. This is part of measures to strengthen security in the area to tackle challenges of crime and social vices. The State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Omar, in his speech thanked the royal father for his tireless efforts in ensuring that security is sustained in the community as key in the protection of lives and properties of his subjects. CP Omar appealed to all stakeholders and traditional rulers to continue to sensitize youths on the need to shun social vices, crime and criminality to protect the future of the community.
We appreciate you for what you have been doing. We cherish you for all your contribution. Beyond that, we also seek for your quick intervention in trying to talk to the youths within of this. Do everything humanly possible to shun away this issue of violence, issue of cultism, issue of drugs, and other all forms of vices that will bring shame to this noble community.
The traditional ruler of Obosi, Igwe Iweka, in his remarks, regretted that the community, which before now was known for academics and trading, has become associated with crimes and criminality, including drugs, cultism, fraud, and other social vices, and appreciated the Nigerian police force for its intervention.
We thank you for your assistance, for your response. We also solicit and plead for your continued assistance. You have done well since you came into the helm of our security affairs in Anambra State. Many of my colleagues, the traditional rulers, speak well of you, and we're all very appreciative. You came to a state that wanted serious attention, needed serious attention on security, and I think we got the right man.
Earlier, the Divisional Police Officer, Isiowolo Division, SP Amadi Nneji, recorded the success stories of the division, including sustained effort to eliminate criminal activities in the area. Also speaking, the President General of Obosi, Deacon Ike Madibosa, represented by Honorable Chris Uche, expressed delight with the initiative, noting that it will cope the security challenges in the community and pledged their unalloyed support to the police command. From Obosi, in Idemili North local government area, Chibuzo Obidike, ABS News.
And away from that, the Anambra State Police Command has sealed off the State Assembly Complex with effect from 6 p.m. on Thursday, 15 November 2018, as a proactive measure to avoid possible breakdown of law and order in the Assembly. There is a sequel to the breaches of public peace at the Anambra State House of Assembly complex the same day, and the leadership of the Assembly had requested for the police to take over, seal off, and secure the entire premises of the Assembly in an official letter to the Commissioner of Police. According to the statement by the Police Public Relations Officer of the Command, Superintendent Haruna Mohammed, the Command implores members of the public to stay away from the House of Assembly premises till further notice. The Command further solicits the cooperation of the Anambra in this regard and assures all citizens and residents of its determination to provide adequate security in the state. Meanwhile, the clerk of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Chief Pius Udo, says, contrary to reports in certain sections of the media, there was no plenary session on the floor of the Assembly yesterday. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Mwadlim reports that Mr. Udo stated this while speaking to journalists on the news trending in the media that the factional Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Chief Ikem Uzeze, and some members of the House held a plenary session in the chamber. The clerk described the news as falsehood, as there was never plenary on Thursday in the chamber of the legislature. According to him, the two factions had a mutual agreement that yesterday's sitting be postponed till further notice, adding that was why journalists were not allowed inside the House complex. The Amalgamated Market Traders Association of Anambra State Amateurs has condemned the attempted impeachment of the Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Barrister Rita Maduagwu. In a communique issued after an emergency general meeting of the association, the group said the attempted exercise was not only absolutely unnecessary, but also unconscionable and ill-motivated, aimed at destabilizing the absolute peace and tranquility that is reigning supreme in the state since the inception of the administration of Chief Willie Obiano. The release signed by the President General of the Association, Chief Okudili Ezewankwo, and the Secretary, Chief Chuma Eruchalo, commended the maturity, wisdom, intelligence, and due diligence exhibited by the members of the House of Assembly in handling the matter, stating that it is an expression of the true Anambra spirit that makes Anambra State the light of the nation. The traders warned the perpetrators of the act that they will join hands with the good people of Anambra State to resist any individual or group that attempts to foster illegal acts in the state. They further commended the good leadership qualities of the Speaker, which she has brought to bear in the administration of the House of Assembly. And moving on to our national story, a court of appeal seat in Abuja today reduced the jail term of former Plateau State Governor Joshua Dariye from 14 years to 10 years. Dariye was charged to court on a 23-count charge in 2007 for the alleged offense by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, AFCC. He was convicted by Justice Adebukola Banjoko on 15 out of the 23 counts on June 12 and sentenced to 14 years in prison by the Federal High Court in Abuja. However, the appeal court said while the conviction was right, the former governor should have been jailed for 10 years. The court reduced the sentence of 14 years to 10 years for criminal breach of trust, while a similar conviction for diversion of 1.62 billion naira ecological funds was reduced from 2 years to 1 year. The sentences are to run concurrently like the previous judgment in June, meaning Mr. Dariye has now been effectively handed a 10-year jail term. 16th November each year is being observed as the International Day for Tolerance. The United Nations General Assembly, by Resolution 51/95, invited member states to observe the International Day. The action followed up on the United Nations Year for Tolerance 1995, proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in 1993 at the initiative of UNESCO as outlined in the Declaration of Principles on Tolerance and Follow-up Plan of Action for the year. Njideka Okoye gives an insight on the significance of the day.
Tolerance is an act of humanity and a struggle for peace that needs to be nurtured in one's life every day, to rejoice in the diversity that makes man strong and the values that brings people together. The supervisor of schools chaplaincy, Diocese on the Niger, Anglican Communion, Venerable Ebenezer Agobua, who noted that where there is tolerance, there is love, called for mutual relationship and understanding between individuals in a given society. He stated that lack of tolerance resulted to crisis, war, and hatred, which he said undermined development, urging people to strive to tolerate one another for peace to reign. A teacher, Mrs. Chinyere Bochuku, said that tolerance is understanding and accepting other people's viewpoints, considering when there is different opinion, saying that tolerance is a virtue that is necessary to both at home, school, offices, nation, and the world, pointing out that most problems in the world developed out of no existence of tolerance.
Tolerance is bad. Tolerance is a very good virtue. Tolerance leads to love. Where there is tolerance, there is love, there is understanding, there is peace.
For a further, Mr. Francis Okonkwo, people have different characters, and for them to be accommodated, there must be tolerance, especially at family and schools.
Individual differences, of course, in each particular child being born in a family. So as a father, I must understand that the way child A behave differ from the child, the way the child B behave. So I must accommodate them, tolerate their way, and mold them in a positive way.
Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
The State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says it will intensify its awareness campaigns to achieve accident-free youth-tide. The sector commander of the Corps in the state, Mr. Sunday Ajayi, who disclosed this in Awka, said the command will take its awareness campaigns to churches, schools, mosques, and motor parks to enlighten motorists and other road users more on the need to obey traffic rules and regulations to save lives. The state sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps said that the agency will collaborate with other relevant agencies such as the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra or CHA Brigade, Anambra State State Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, among others, to reduce accidents on the highways. He advised motorists to ensure that their vehicles are in good condition before plying the highways, reminding them of the need to desist from dangerous overtakings and overloading. Mr. Ajayi, who disclosed that the state command of the Federal Road Safety Corps will embark on aggressive radio television campaign on traffic rules and regulations, urged the public to always see road safety measures as a collective responsibility. And moving on to the foreign scene, the last surviving leaders of the communist Khmer Rouge regime that brutally ruled Cambodia in the 1970s were convicted of genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes today by an international tribunal. Nguyen Chi and Khieu Samphan were sentenced to life in prison, the same punishment they are already serving after earlier convictions at the previous trial for crimes against humanity connected with forced transfers and mass disappearances. Cambodia has no death penalties. Both men have suggested they were targets of political persecution. Nguyen Chi was considered the main ideologist of the Khmer Rouge and the right-hand man of the group's late leader, Pol Pot, while Khieu Samphan served as the head of state, presenting a moderate veneer as the public face for the highly secretive group. The verdict read aloud in the courtroom by Judge Neo Nan established by the Khmer Rouge committed genocide against the Vietnamese and Cham minorities. Scholars had debated whether suppression of the Chams, a Muslim ethnic minority whose members had put up a small but futile resistance against the Khmer Rouge, amounted to genocide. The court found Khieu Samphan not guilty of genocide against the Cham for insufficient evidence, though he was convicted of genocide against the Vietnamese under the principle of joint criminal enterprise, which holds individuals responsible for actions attributed to a group to which they belong. And now sports news. Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather's proposed fight against Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nasukawa will definitely go ahead on New Year Eve, according to the CEO of the promotional company organizing the mixed martial arts event. After announcing he would take on Nasukawa at the next Rizin Fighting Federation event in Saitama at the news conference in Tokyo this month, the American reneged on his commitment to the contest upon his return to the United States. Mayweather said on his Instagram account that he only agreed to a 3-round exhibition in front of a small group of wealthy spectators for a very large fee. He stressed that he had no intention of it being represented as an official fight card or televised worldwide. However, a statement from Rizin FF CEO Nobuyuki Sakakibara on his unverified Twitter account indicated the December 31 fight was back on, although the rules and duration of the bout have yet to be determined. Sakakibara is planning to hold a news conference tomorrow to provide further details. And that's it on the news tonight. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And just before we go tonight, a quick reminder of our top stories. State government has said it will continue to partner community leaders in governance. State Police Command has confirmed seal-off of State House of Assembly. Appeal Court has reduced former Governor Joshua Darier's jail term. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you that Cambodia leaders have been sentenced over 1970 genocide. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for watching. I'm Berry Ugonna.